Hello guys, and welcome to Front Row Racing, Round 12, Spa. We are here. We are looking at a little bit more of a better turnout than last time. To start with, we would like to, or myself, would like to apologise that the broadcast didn't happen in Budapest. Last minute emergency, so that had to be dealt with. But before I go through the driver standings of the World Series and the Constructors, we have a little bit of news. Now, as of next week, there will be a post-release Monday, and we will be holding practice sessions for the World Series World Championship drivers and reserve drivers also. So, just a little event to get things going. But with that in mind, as of 2 weeks yesterday, we should have the World Championship broadcasting again. So this is your chance if any members of Front Row Racing would like to team up with Front Row Racing's RI, who's come back to join us and is willing to do the broadcast and comms. Feel free to drop us a message. If not, we will pair him up with someone and see how that goes. So, there's a bit of news for you. The World Championship broadcast will be back. We will be going back to practice sessions in between races. It will just be a bit of fun. And we'll go from there and see what's what. It's to get more drivers involved that seem to be showing a bit more interest, but are a bit unsure of what's what. So a few private messages and we will get practice sessions going with kind of reserve events as it was before, so drivers can get a feel of what's what with Front Row Racing again. So it seems we're on and up, but let's not jinx that, as they say. But anyway, moving on. Excuse me, guys. I'm going to go through the driver standings as they are now, after round 11 from Budapest. So, in first is Konzo on 159 points, followed in second Will One Win One on 143. In third is Slimbo Dude on 75. Fourth is Gonk on 51. Then it's Roy Kimmy, hot on his heels, in fifth on 47. Farfper's in sixth on 35. With Valdemar, who's not with us this evening, I don't know if he'll show, in 7th on 34, followed up in 8th with Danny Railton on 30, with the admin's pick rookie in 9th on 24. So the midfield, nice little battle to keep an eye on as the season progresses. In 10th is Ali Muntin on 12, new driver in 11th, Team 76A on 10 points, scored some points on his debut, so nice little driver. Then we have Lovery in 12th on 4, followed up in 13th and 14th is Uzi on 0 and Fletcher Boy in 14th on 0 also. So we have got a few new drivers signed up. Don't know what's going on with some of our regular guys, because as you can see we have 11 drivers here this evening. But moving on to the constructors as they stand after round 11 Budapest. In first, there's been a change for the lead. We have Red Bull on 244 points. Followed up closely in second is Ferrari on 239. Nice little battle to keep an eye on. Seems to be hotting up there. In third, a little bit back, over 100 points, is Haas on 137. Clear of fourth place Toro Rosso that are on 117. But then in fifth, Mercedes 5 points behind on 112. Then in 6th, as we drop a little bit away, is Williams on 81. Then in 7th is McLaren on 50, followed up by 8th place Force India on 32. Then in 9th is the admin's pick rookie Sauber on 24. Then in 10th is the Renault team on 14. So that rounds up the drivers' tables and constructor table. We will send the drivers over to the track now, as we've given you a little bit of update of what's going to be going forward, sorry guys. Excuse me. So, as I stated, yes, the World Championship will be back being live streamed a fortnight's time as of yesterday. So if any Front Row Racing members or ex-drivers etc. that are part of the community would like to give it a go alongside Front Row Racing RI, also known as Ro, drop us a message and let us know, and you could be alongside him. What's the next round? The next round's Monza, so in a fortnight's time. If not, we will pull someone in to work alongside him. We do have a couple of options, and we will go from there. So, but remember guys, if you're interested in joining Front Row Racing, as of next week Wednesday, It will be held on Wednesday in between the events. We will have a practice session for the drivers, but also known as our reserve event. So if you're interested in coming along, like a few people have that have spoken to me, drop us a message, come along, give it a go, and you'll slowly, bit by bit, find out what front racing is about, and as some of you said, get used to the rules because you'd like to put them to practice. So yeah, drop us a message, give it a go. Other than that, let's see what is in store for the drivers this evening in qualifying when we get there. Weather could be interesting. A little bit of an update of what happened to the World Championship event. They had mixed conditions in qualifying, heavy rain, eased off to winters in the end, nice little event, but the race was dry, so a little bit of a topsy-turvy grid, interesting race. Let's see what these guys have this evening, as we should head over to the track shortly. Excuse me. So here we go, guys, just waiting for a couple of the drivers to pass on through Masinka, and then we'll get the show on the road. I'm hoping for mixed conditions, but if it is dry, just to let you know, the compound's available here in Spa, which it does look dry in qualifying for the drivers at the moment. Bit overcast, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, the dry compounds that are available, you have the Ultra Softs, the Super Softs, and the Softs. So the Ultra Softs purple, Super Softs red, marked tyres, and the Softs are the yellow compound. Just so you're aware of who's on what as they go. Seems a bit quiet in the qualifying pit lane at the moment. Within qualifying in the pit lane at the moment. Driver to watch out for? Yeah, last race results, Will won, Win won, put on a great performance. A little bit of a ballot in the early stages with Rai Kimi, as we see a bit of activity now. But yeah, then he controlled the race and had a great race. Finished in first. It was the battle for the podium. With the drivers behind, that was the interesting one. You had the likes of Farper, Danny Railton battling away for the last paying podium positions, and it was unfortunate for the guy I mentioned just then, Farper, who lost out and finished fourth, which I believe with an in-game time penalty. But the drivers heading out. We've got Danny Railton out on track. I flick through, see if we've got the earliest driver arrival. It looks like it will be Danny Railton, who's just overtaking the Toro Rosso in the background, which is one of the new guys, Victor Ring. So, well worth keeping an eye out on him. He would be Valdemar's teammate if he was here, but Valdemar's not with us this evening for reasons unknown, as he hasn't been in touch now. So, yeah, but new guy on track is Victor Ring, and joining him as returning is Front Row Racing's RI. I will refer to him as Ray throughout this event. Returning to come along, give it a go. Teamed up with an old friend of his, that would be Will One, Win One. So, be interesting to see how that partnership develops. I was informed earlier that old RI from Row was out of racing for 2 years, so his first practice session was last night. So we'll keep an eye on his progress as he develops throughout this race. You never know, might throw up a bit of a surprise and take the race by storm, but who knows? It's from a racing, anything can happen, as they say. But yeah, we're just going to bring up some of the telemetry lap data that you guys like to view. Not all of it, obviously. This AC is a full mix, we keep that off, but the lap data is up. Details, we have what drivers tyres the drivers are on, and one driver in the pit is Old Ray, sat on the Super Soft, so we'll see how he goes with that. But we shall jump on board with Danny Railton. So here we go, guys, coming up to turn 1. Then we're going to the famous Eau Rouge. Should be interesting. This is the crucial part of the lap through sector 1. You must get the plough down. Danny does it nicely there. For rubbing in third as we head down to the famous Eau Rouge, as I stated. No lift, throw it in, hope for the best, and pray it sticks. Danny Railton having a little bit moment coming over the hill there, but everything seems fine. Then it's plant the foot, open the DRS, and yeah, break open a cup of tea and relax for a minute because the cars are not as fast in the straights, but you'll break in about 70 metres before turn 5, sorry, and we're coming through the complex of corners. Very, very crucial. These cars on 2017 seem very, very happy and dancy on the exit at the right hander there, but then we're coming down through the long right, then up to No Name into left kink, little lift, then back on the throttle, don't run wide, it tempts you into it, but then you get on the power down to the level left-hander. Very tricky, little lift in this game, then you're back on it as Danny Railton is showing there. Then it's all about smooth, the smoother you can keep the wheel, the more speed you can carry. Braking about 40 metres before this corner. The braking, ooh, Danny Railton running wide there, this won't be a lap he'll be proud of, and he'll be back out later, I'm sure, trying to beat it. But as we follow him round through sector 2, it is a 1:18.1 in these conditions. That is fairly off the place. I was expecting about 2.5 seconds quicker there, but we'll see how these guys get on. We don't know what is ahead for the event of the race, so it could be raining, it could be sunshine, we'll find out shortly. But as we come up to the old bus stop, braking just on the 100-metre board there, a little bit of an adjustment. This hasn't been one of Danny Railton's finest laps, but I'm sure he'll be back out, as I said, to complete and compete again, and it's a 1:46.9, so not a bad lap, but that is a lap I expect to be demolished as we go, as Victor Ring, one of our new boys in the Toro Rosso, who's just set the pace of a 1:44.4, so if a man's trying to make a statement, this guy just has, with Slimbo Dude now coming across the line with a 1:45.1. Let's flick down and see who else is out there. We have Will One Win One, who I believe is on a lap. We shall see how he gets on coming up to the bus stop on the Ultra Softs. Ooh, I'd say he went for the brakes, 90 there. Sweeping in nice, clip in both apexes, gets the power down, keeps the car stable. We're coming up to line, it's a 1:45.3 and slots himself into third at the moment. Let's jump back. We've got Konzo, the defending World Series champion, apologies there, coming around to complete sector 2. From what I can see from his times, this is looking pretty damn neat and tidy and quick. Rear end a little bit wayward, but his middle sector is a 1:15.9, so he is on the pace. We are now looking at sector times that could be looking at pole, but we'll see what happens as quality progresses on who's going to throw everything at it at the right time. Hitting the break point about 100 metres there, old Konzo, taking a lot of the curb on the right, bit of the left, opening the DRS, and we are coming up to the finish line, and this is a 1:44.3, just under 1/10 faster than the new boy Victor Ring. So let's have a look back. I believe Uzi still yet to set a time. We'll just have a flick back to Ray, who it says he's on the super soft compound, but he's on the ultra, so we'll see how he goes. Uzi seems a bit off in his lap. We'll jump on board with Front Row Racing. Alright, Ray, as I said I'd refer to him, and see how he gets on with his first lap back here at Front Row Racing. So opening the DRS up Camel Straight. What's his sector 1 time going to be? It is a 31 dead in comparison. I have no comparison up. Looking a bit wayward, just trying to find his form in the apexes. Sweeping in there nicely. I'm sure Will One Win One would have been giving him tips and setup advice before the event. But we are going down into third gear, which is the preferred gear, through the right hander there, then into No Name down in the left, drop into fourth, just missing his apex there. We'll give Ray a bit of TV time. I'm pretty sure he may know he's on the broadcast and a bit wary now, but coming into the double left hander, little bit of a break there maybe by Ray, a little bit of advice, just a little lift, Ray, and back on it, your grip, the car grip up, sorry, and you'll get through there. But as we come through the long super chicane, nice little line there, bearing in mind, ooh, Ray running very deep there. I'm wondering if he knew he was on the broadcast there, but we'll leave Ray alone. But moving on, any drivers going for a second lap, looking at their times, Konzo looks to be coming into the pits, yeah, Victor Ring might be out of fuel there, so he's in for a little bit of a track back to the pits. Will One in the pits, so we've got Danny Railton. This would be an in-lap for sure, guys, so Lorry, we'll see the progress, but looking a bit wayward, looking like he's being told to pit in, but yeah, he's up on his lap time though, guys, by 7 attempts. We'll keep an eye and see what he does, could be wrong, but yeah, I'll run through the order as it stands, with 9 of our drivers setting lap time. So at the moment we have Konzo in pole on a 1:44.3 with Victor Ring. Oh, it's a tenth in it in second. Then we've got Slimbo Dude at the moment in third. Then we've got Will One fourth. Danny Railton fifth. Gonk is in sixth. Lovery seventh. Front Row Racing RI, also known as Ray, in 8th with Team 76A, yet to set a lap time. Farfber yet to set a lap time, so is Uzi. So obviously in their early outings they were just feeling their way around, but I believe, yes, Team 76A is out on, I believe it's Spears flying lap. So yeah, we've got the timer going, so we will see how he progresses in, or if he's got the fuel, he may be going for 2 runs here, but we'll see how that goes, or it might be all or nothing while the track is quiet. So yeah, coming around there, corner No Name, left-hander taking a lot of curb there. Oh, and an exit curb, not a great corner there at all for him, but he cost himself tons of time. Double left-hander, no, not looking like he's got a lot of downforce on the car here, folks. So yeah, maybe just backing off. I believe he's the only guy out flying. What's Gonk doing? Is he going for a lap? Yeah, let's jump back down to team. Yeah, we'll catch him, see if he goes for a second lap. We'll jump on board with Gonk, who's just lining up and firing up to set his second flying lap. Runs a bit wide there in turn 1. Konzo comes out the pit, stays completely out of the way as we come down the run to Eau Rouge. The famous Eau Rouge. I love this corner. One of the best for myself on the calendar. All about keeping the car planted and as little movement as the steering wheel as possible. Carrying 1 or 2 mile an hour through there will help you in a big way, sorry. But Gonk comes up to sector 1, sets a 30.4, running very deep there. A few drivers have been caught out by that so far. We'll see how Gonk progresses into sector 2, but I will just have a jump back. Oh no, just looked at the list, and Team 76A, I believe, qualifying is over as he has gone into the pit. So free choice of compounds there into the race, so may benefit him as they progress into the next part. But Gonk looking into the middle sector, looking more attacking and more stable. So coming down to complete sector 2 through the right hander, try and get a late apex here, but Gonk and a few other drivers not finding as we were wide on the exit of the left-hander. So yeah, drivers, I don't know, maybe I don't know something that the drivers do as Gonk nearly said hello to the barrier. May have been an early retirement there from qualifying, but yeah, drivers seem to be struggling with grip and around some of the corners. So it'd be interesting to see setup. Maybe we're in for a wet race here in Spa. So but no, a little update. Victor Ring, the new guy, has retired. So his his session is over, and he will start the race in second provisionally at the moment. But Gonk, no improvement there, so we will have a flick. Back up to Konzo, who is just about to start his flying lap, but is Slimbo Dude's warming up. So Konzo in first. Let's see if he improves with Slimbo Dude in third, who, wow, to get anywhere near Konzo needs to improve by about 7.5 tenths. So here we go, up through Eau Rouge. Konzo looking very smooth, not really trying to move the car, as you can see. DRS coming and is now open, and we are getting up to 205.6, 207, 208, yeah, there it is, and it's a 30.3. Konzo tucking the car in nicely to the right and left-handers there, coming up, holding fourth through there, which was interesting. I sort of saw that as a fifth gear corner, but no, coming down to the right-hander, coming in fourth, no, dropping down to third, get a bit of biting on the front end, now swooping through the left-hander of No Name. And Konzo's looking a bit more stable from what I saw of his first lap to this lap. So here we go, double left-hander, throwing it in, dropping to sixth. Now that is a surprise. Saw some of the World Championship drivers there going through there in 8th and 7th. So, but who knows what the setup is, but dropping to 5th, nicely hooking up these apexes here. Don't run too wide. Oh, just very tight on track limits there, but we'll give Konzo the benefit of that. And moving on up, it's a 30.3 middle sector, which that's a bit of a surprise. I believe the timings may have gone wrong for me on the screen, but we'll see what he does as he comes up to the finish line shortly. Last real part of the track to attack is the bus stop. Then we have a Mercedes over on the right hand side, I believe, looking like he's had one hell of a moment there. But here we go through the chicane of the bus stop, hold it together, traction down nicely, and we come up to the line, and it's a 143.7, a nice lap there. Konzo improving his advantage. So we drop back to Slimbo Dude, who's now coming up to tack the bus stop chicane himself, flying up, touching it nicely in there, just missing the left-hander apex. little bit of wayward rear end as he come along, but it's a 1:44.2. He's put himself up into second place there. Let's just have a quick flick through. We have no other drivers. And the car there, sorry, it wasn't a Mercedes, I believe it was a Force India there, a lorry, who lost it up by the bus stop chicane. So, yeah, an interesting grid. We will shortly find out what type of conditions these guys had ahead of them in the race, but yeah, all drivers seem to be giving it everything they can, and some drivers too much as they found the wall. So, but here we go, guys. Your qualifying grid for Spa is Konzo in pole, 1:43.7, nearly half a second ahead of Slimbo Dude in second in the Mercedes. Then we have the new boy Victor Ring in the Toro Rosso with a 1:44.4. It's his first attempt, so a nice lap there. Then in fourth we have Gonk, fifth Will One Win One, sixth is Danny Railton, seventh Lovery, eighth is Ray, ninth is Team 768, and 10th is Farfba. Followed up in 11th is Uzi in the Force India. So be interesting. Hopefully we have a nice little squabble, because the last event out in Budapest for these guys, from what I've seen from footage of, whoa, what a race we could be in for here, guys. Anything could happen, anything. This is Spa, lap 1, turn 1, then Eau Rouge. Who knows what's going to happen. Be interesting to see who comes out in front. But yeah, quickly, just before the race starts, these guys had an interesting race in Budapest. Positions were swapping every 2 or 3 laps through checking people's footage, because we didn't have the live stream going a couple of days later, and it looked quite an intense race, and a shame we missed the battles throughout the field with Will One Win One all on his own out in front. So let's see if this man can develop and bring that home and make the success pay off here in Spa. So here we go. On pole is Calzo. We are on board with him. Let's see how they progress. It looks like they are all on full wet tyres. I could be wrong. Let's get it up, but they are all away, nicely away. The Williams, they're making one fantastic start. That would be Danny Railton looking to attack Will One Win One. Konzo holds on to the lead nicely as Victor Ring closes the door on Will One Win One. Too late. Cars 3, 2, 3. Whoa, McLaren, all cars seem to be through and going. No spinners from what I can see, but we are still on board with Konzo, who looks in the background of Will One Win One. Big crash. Toro Rosso. Oh, we have cars everywhere. Williams looking to spin off. Oh, lucky that was a ghosted moment there, but then we have the Ray there closing up, maybe looking to have to let cars back through, but massive moment there. I believe the cars involved would be Uzi, Victor Ring, Lovery. It's all been kicking off back there. Konzo still looking like he's walking away with a 1.8 lead. Slimbo Boo. Then we got Farfba in third. What a moment for him. Then we got Gonk in fourth. Will One Win One being under attack from Danny Railton. We're still on board with these two as the order seems to settle down, but we had a big moment up there in Eau Rouge just before, and Danny Railton has made the move on Will One Win One, or is he going to stick it around the outside? Is the other Williams in front? Gonk looks to have had a moment, so both Williamses know he's let Danny Railton through. Could this be a ploy to hold up Will One Win One and the chase impact now to benefit Williams as they go? So let's jump back on board with Gonk, who may be on my screen. Sorry guys, I'm just going to get the tyres up. Yep, Gonk is on the intermediate tyres, so maybe took a chance there, or don't know what was playing up. Maybe he was told something we weren't, or the drivers weren't, sorry to say. So he may have been caught out massively there. Now it's Uzi's turn to try and take candy from a baby, as they say, because these inters will not be working, but I don't know what the weather's doing. They may kick in shortly, but it doesn't look like with it the rain is falling now. Then it will be Team 76's turn to get past Gonk, and the guys behind would be Lovery, who I believe was caught up in the moment, with Ray in 10th, and Victor Ring with no front wing. He will be in the pits this lap. Konzo up in front now has a 2-second lead, guys, so Slimbo Dude will be looking to hunt him down and probably take the challenge to him. We'll see how that goes. Farfba though has now got the company of Will One Win One behind him. They are fighting for third, but Farfba is in the pits. That looks like all big wing damage now. If he didn't have it before, he certainly has now. That promotes Will One Win One up into third, with Danny Railton now trying to hunt him down, with Uzi in fifth. So as you can see, guys, as I said, anything can happen, and it most certainly has, as we're looking at Uzi, who has no left front side of his wing. So this should be easy pickings for the driver of the McLaren. That would be Team 76A, who's now hunting Uzi down. Up at the front now, I will jump back on board with Danny Railton. Ooh, a massive moment through Eau Rouge there, I believe, but I thought he was closer than that. He was. He's obviously lost 4 attempts to Will One Win One. But we will jump back on board with Team 76A, who looks to be trying to make a move on Uzi, up the camel straight in the braking zone of the right-hander, and has he made it stick? He most certainly has. Nicely done. He is on the recovery drive from where he started, because I believe he may have been one of the drivers that did not actually set a qualifying time, and I believe he was down in 9th. So jumping back on board with Uzi, he looks to be trying to persevere with the wing damage he has got, and I've noticed Gonk, wow, he's got all his front wing intact, and the Inters might just be holding on, so Gonk may have pulled a surprise stunt, and it might actually pay off, but who knows. Anyway, let's jump back aboard with Danny Railton, who is pushing with everything he's got, using all of the exit curb there out of the double left-hander, trying to put Will One Win One under pressure. But as the pack has now settled down a little bit with the chaos that has happened in the opening lap and a half, I will give you a rundown of the order. In first we have Konzo, who is really starting to pull away now. He has a gap of 3.4 seconds over Slimbo Dude in second. Then we are on board with Will One Win One and Danny Railton in this battle currently we're watching. Will One Win One in third, 5.4 seconds behind Konzo, I believe. No, sorry, behind that, so that put him 8 seconds behind. Then we have Danny Railton in fourth, around 9 seconds behind the leader, as Konzo puts in the fastest lap of the race over 2:04.3. So definitely wet conditions, and the drivers on the wets have called it right. But back in the background there you saw the McLaren, that'd be Team 76A trying to make progress on these guys. He is in 5th place. Then we have Uzi down in 6th with Gonk on the intermediates. Very big surprise there, but he's found himself in front of 3 of the wet runners with the chaos that has kicked off in the first few laps. Then down in 8th is Farper. Then following up in 9th would be Lovery. In 10th is Ray from Racing RI. In 11th is Victor Ring, who I believe has made a pit stop and is taking a chance on some intermediate tyres. But here we go, we've got Danny Railton trying to throw up the inside down into the right hander of the braking zone. Has he made it work? Will One Win One, ooh, bit sideways there by Danny Railton, but he's made it stick. Superb driving there. That is what we like to see. So I'll give you guys a rundown of the order. We will stay on board with these two because this battle is not over. And Will One Win One, what a late move there, using all of the track trying to get alongside Danny Railton. Who's going to get the drive off into the left-hander? Danny Railton coming across, nicely covered. These two look like they are up for a battle or a war today, but Will One Win One won't be letting Danny Railton get away with that too much. So I guess within this race, guys, we will be looking to see what the conditions do. Could it be a full wet race? Who knows? Maybe a change to winters a little bit later. It could even dry up, but the way that rain is pounding down on Danny Railton's car, it doesn't look like easing up anytime soon. But yeah, let's have a look, guys. Let's see who the winners and losers there were of the start of the race. Sorry, fastest laps, bits and bobs. Oh, sorry guys, where is my, there it is, change position. So Konzo in first, no change. Slimbo Dude in second, no change. So those guys, whoa, Danny Railton running very, very wide. I will shut up a minute as Will One Win One looks to make the move around the outside. These two have now touched. Little bit of moment there, don't know what happened, not on board, but Danny Railton's been forced to go tight. Will One Win One's looked to get the switch back, which may just have worked as they've got the run down to turn 1, or he may be looking to line him up out of Eau Rouge. But interesting battle, these two are just starting to get a little bit personal now, so yeah, if anything, we're in for an exciting show between these two. But yeah, just to update there, Team 76A is now starting to close down on these two in the background in the McLaren. And these two, Danny Railton must have low downforce, struggling for grip. Will One Win One's got to walk past him now at Camel Straight, surely. Looking to the outside, these two not giving each other any space at all in these conditions is a bit fierce. But just a little bit of an update, the rain seems to be easing in parts of the track, being Spa. So up this end of the track we seem to have light rain. In the middle sector, towards the first sector, it seems to be a bit heavy still. So it could be interesting with which way the weather goes for these guys. Calling it right here at Spa is crucial. So I'm going to go back to my point. The winners and losers, as you heard, Konzo, Slimbo Dude are holding their current positions they qualified in. Then we have in third, Will One Win One, up 2, Danny Railton up 2 into 4th. Team 76A is up 4 from his starting position, so he started in 9th. Uzi's up 5, starting from the back there. The loser out there was Gonk, who started 4th and fell back to 7th. Farper's up 2, who started 10th, now up to 8th. Then the poor guys in the instant in the lap 1, at Eau Rouge, or just before should I say, were Victor Ring, loss of 6 now, Lovery loss of 3, and Ray a loss of 3 places, who I believe has been overtaken now by Lovery, so we'll see how they go. But this battle now, Will One Win One, looking to pull away a little bit there, maybe break away, see what he can do about the 2 in front, who knows, the Budapest winner of course. But no, the rain really is easing up here, guys, so it'd be interesting to see if or when these guys do call to go on to intermediates, because bearing in mind we do actually still have drivers on intermediate tyres, and that would be the likes of Gonk, who's just lost out to Farfber, so obviously not quite ready there. We have a stop, that would be Slimbo Dude, intermediate tyres, so that's very early in the race of Spa. We're only on lap 5, so this may go to slick tyres at the end, but we'll see how the weather develops as the race goes on. So Slimbo Dude up there at the front, second place, and has made the first call to go on to the inters. What will Konzo do? Will he respond, or will he try and stick it out a few more laps? Who knows? We are not driving in these conditions, these drivers are, so be interesting to see if Slimbo Dude gets the undercut there. Other than that, anyone else in the pits? Yeah, it seems to be it is the time for inters, because we have Slimbo Dude in pits, Team 76 pits. Gonk was on inters, now he's made a bit of progress in 6th now, and then we've got Uzi on the inters now, 7th, Farfber on the inters now in 8th, and Victor Ring in 9th on the inters, who I believe went onto him when he had his wing damage, so very early call. May have lost out from benefiting as the weather has changed with the rain rather dramatically, so progress from other people's races. What has happened? Uzi must have had a massive movement there. Farfber's just gone flying past him. So yeah, Farfber flying around the corner. Let's go back and check on our leaders, because we have Konzo just coming up to complete the lap. We will see if he darts off into the pits, responds to Slimbo Dude, which he must, surely. The track is looking rather dry. Ooh, massive drift there for Konzo. So yeah, it's got to be in his time. A little bit of an update. He's got about a 21-second lead over Slimbo Dude, and he's just picked up wing damage. So if Konzo thought he had this in the bag and it was going to be a walk in the park, it may have just got a hell of a lot harder for him. We will see if that wing does get changed. It may not. Nope, you can see the wing damage there on the right hand side. This may cost Konzo massively around Spa, but let's look back. Danny Railton staying out on the wets is going to jump Konzo, as you can see. Slimbo Dude, here he comes. Braking zone of turn 1, around, hits the apex. Where is Konzo? Konzo is just left, getting up to speed, so this will be interesting between these two. We will stay on board with Slimbo Dude. Gonk's now set the fastest lap of the race of a 2-minute 3-second.8 on the intermediate tyres, but this will get interesting. We have Danny Railton. Oh, he's had a massive moment. I was just about to say out in the lead on full wets, but he's had a massive moment on the exit of Rouge there, which has allowed Konzo through, who does have front right wing damage. You can see him understeering a little bit there, so Slimbo Dude will be chomping at the bit. He may not know about the wing damage. I wouldn't have thought so unless he's watching the live stream, or his engineer is. So this is a huge chance for Slimbo Dude to take the fight to Konzo and drivers behind, because without the no wing damage, you've got such an advantage around here in Spa in these conditions. But Konzo seems to be making it work for himself at the moment. The dirty air around here is huge. But yeah, a little bit of update for you. We have just lost Uzi, whose car is now in the pits. Shame there. That will promote Lovery up to 9th, and Ray from Racing Ray, if he can finish the event, will pick up a point minimal today. So back up at the front, Konzo. What's he doing? Slimbo Dude there, still in close or hot pursuit, should I say. The gap now around a second. The rest of the field seem fairly spread out. I'm going to keep an eye on Will One Win One, because Gonk, who started on the intermediate tyres and it looked devastating for him, is now found himself in 5th place. So well worth Gonk taking the risk there. Who I believe we just lost our debutant, that would be Victor Ring, who I believe has made a very bad call there and went on to the soft compound tyres and has now retired from the event. But Ray, speed in the pit lane, just picked up his first 5 second stop and go, so bless him, getting back to the racing ways of front row. But these two up at the front, Slimbo Dude, the gap was a second, 1.1, it's now 7 tenths, so Slimbo Dude definitely, with 0 front wing damage, is looking like the guy to make moves on Konzo. A little bit of an update to third place though, that would be Team 76A. It's a long way back of 12.5 seconds, so I don't know, Konzo, if he doesn't need to change the wing, it looks like it could be an interesting battle back here, but it looks like there won't be any pressure and these two are out to slug it out for the win here today. Just keep an eye on the likes of Gonk back there, who's now up into 4th place because of a couple of retirements there. And Will One Win One is 1.4 seconds behind him, so I will be keeping an eye on that little battle because Will One Win One looks to be eating into Gonk's lead over him by about a tenth or two here and there. But yeah, with these two so close out on track, guys, we will Slimbo Dude, massive drift there. Not looking too comfortable in these conditions. As you can see, he's really trying to get everything out of that Mercedes and take advantage because, as I said, this engineer may be watching the live stream and Konzo does have wing damage on the right side, and if he knows that, he will push to try and force Konzo, brothers, into a mistake and try and take advantage of this, because it's not very often you get to challenge Konzo when he's in the mood to win. So, but Slimbo Dude's dropped off now, the gap's 1.6, so hopefully he can close that back up. As I said, the gap, here they are, it's Gonk in 4th with Will One Win One right behind him, and the track, guys, seems to be drying out so quickly. We're on lap 7, and I wouldn't give it too long before these guys are looking to put on a set of slicks, maybe the halfway point, as Konzo now setting the pace of a 2:01.9, very quick. I'd say once we start hitting the 50s, high to mid 50s, that's when we may be looking at the inters coming off and slicks going on, but we'll see how they progress. Will One Win One maybe looking to make a move up into Eau Rouge, or on the exit on Gonk here, but we're having those because Slimbo Dude has sort of lost out now. He seems to be falling backwards after that moment. Maybe just needs to get the tyres back into the temperature zone and try and go back and attack again. But here we go, Will One Win One on the back of Gonk as they come up through Eau Rouge. Gonk looking a bit unsteady on the exit. Will One Win One looking like he's got a car that is planted and wanting to drive and attack, and that he is doing as they come up Camel Straight. He's got the inside line. Gonk very brave on the brakes there, but no, Will One Win One looked like he was going to take that all day long. Next car up the road for Will One Win One would be Team 76A, as long as he can drop Gonk, who I may say has done a fantastic job. It's lap 8, he's been on the inters from the word go, and yeah, the next car behind him in 6th would be Farfborough, and he's around 12 seconds behind, so Gonk is looking in great shape. And I've got to say, Gonk, in my view, didn't call it right, but he called it to benefit himself in a massive way starting on the inters today. Will One Win One pushing the track limits there a little bit, but shows what these guys are having to do to try and get the best out of their cars. Update of the lead, Slimbo Dude still around 2 seconds, around that mark, so the gap seems to have stabilised. We will, no, got to go back up there. Konzo, has he made a mistake? It was 2 seconds, surely he's made a massive mistake. What's going on? Gap's now 1.29 tenths. Slimbo Dude is going to be there. Has he lost more front wing? No, it may have just been a massive moment out the bottom there before you come anywhere up near the bus stop chicane, because momentum would have lost out massively there for Konzo having a moment down at the start. So, as I said, guys, momentum around here is huge. If you make one mistake coming out of a fast corner, like here, you make a mistake coming out of turn 1, you don't get the power down on it enough, it could end up costing you 2, 3, 4 attempts before you get all the way up the top of Camel Straight here through a route, etc. So, but yeah, it's interesting the way this race is developing. This Slimbo Dude, that's a massive moment out of Eau Rouge there, but he's 9 tenths behind, so this could look like a battle that could kick off at any time. But I'm just going to jump on board with Team 76A, who's put on a set of super softs. He's being the brave one, he's making the jump, he's making the call. So I'm just going to have to stay on board. I'll keep an eye on the gaps, guys, with like Slimbo Dude and Konzo, but let's see how bad this is for him. As he starts his pursuit. He's come out behind Danny Railton. He's on the super softs. Let's see what. Ooh, Ray going very slow. What's the grip like through Eau Rouge? Little lift, understeer. Oh, do you know what? It could be just about right. Let's see how he gets on up at the top of Camel Straight in the braking zone. You know, with these conditions, very, very tricky. We're looking at about 110, 120. No, he's gone 100. Just getting it slowed down. It seems a bit tricky, but yeah, he's keeping it going in the right direction. So no, now I think you can see it's a little bit too early in the jump to supers, but we're keeping on that. It's unfortunate because if he has called it wrong, he was in a good position up there in third place, I believe. So, but yeah, moving on. As you can see, Slimbo Dude is now still in hot pursuit of Konzo, who's looking a bit wobbly through some of the corners I've noticed, but we'll stay on board with these two, see how they're getting on throughout the lap. Slimbo Dude really needs to get this move done because it's one of those things you don't want to be sat behind your opponent, because sometimes you can fall into the trap of following their race pace and not your own. So yeah, a little bit of an update though. Lovery has now put on a set of soft compounds, so maybe I'm wrong, maybe it is time to make the switch, but keep an eye on Team 76A's progress towards Gonki's dropping back at a 10.42, maybe just stabilising now, but I'll keep an eye on that and I'll give it a lap and a half and I'll see if the progress is well. But Will One Win One is now in the pits and he's going to a set of soft compounds, so it must be time. But if it is, DRS has not been enabled yet because Slimbo Dude's within 8 tenths of Konzo there and no DRS, so it's interesting. I did notice the track was drying out earlier, folks, so yeah, a quick rate of knots, so you know, probably a tricky race for these guys to call right today. So see how they get on. They're all doing a fantastic job at the moment. We've only lost Uzi from what I can see. I may have lost Victor. Let's double check that. Yeah, Victor as well. So if Ray can get past Victor at some point, he'll pick up a couple of points for Red Bull there, and I'm sure Will One Win One will be very, very grateful for any help he can get. But yeah, back up the front, Slimbo Dude, the gap's is closing in, but you know, dirty air around Spa is very, very tricky, and with Konzo having the wing damage, Slimbo Dude's got to really try and catch him out of place here. Heavy braking zones won't do it because with the front wing damage, he might actually have a bit more straight line speed, but no, we've now lost the driver, Lovery, and I believe that's be up by the bus stop, so I believe he had a massive moment in qualifying there, so possible setup issues there, you know, happening in the wet race as well. Yeah, we just saw it there. It is up by the bus stop, so it'd be interesting to see how he's lost that twice. Wouldn't mind seeing the footage, but Slimbo Dude, he is in the pits. Konzo is carrying on, so this is a massive moment. If Slimbo Dude's called this right, undercut territory is right, and we have just had the simple guys, DRS is enabled, so here we go. Slimbo Dude making the jump before Konzo. It's been interesting to see how those guys progress. But no, just looking back, Will One Win One, massive moment there. Look like hunting down Farper, who's surely, yeah, coming in the pits now. Gonk in the pits. They're all filtering in the pits. Slimbo Dude coming out the pits sideways nearly there. So Will One Win One will be back up into third place shortly. There we go. Now filtering up. Team 76A, who made the switch first to Super Softs, is going to find himself up into fourth, as long as he can beat Farper to the expert, who's still getting tyres changed. That is now changed to Gonk, but he is already through. So the way this is looking at the moment, Konzo, I don't know what he's doing. If he wanted to give himself a challenge, he just has now, because Slimbo Dude is absolutely smashing that lead. Not 10th here, 2 tenths there, it's 3, 4 tenths every update with the sector times I'm getting, so fair play to him. Farper's just picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple corner cutting or track extended, but we will see what's what with all drivers with that, given the conditions they've had to deal with today. But yeah, Team 76A was the first driver to jump. Given the way he did, I reckon he may be looking at another pit stop, and that goes for every single driver behind him. Some of them may be able to make these super softs work, but Gonk has gone for the ultras, so surely these guys can can't make the ultras work that long, but yeah, you'd be surprised. I believe Jamie James managed a one-stop yesterday and made it work somehow miraculously. I must have to check his footage. But let's jump back up front with Gonzo. He's just coming up to the pit entry. He has lost out massively. When Slimbo Dude came out of the pits, he was around 19 seconds behind Konzo. He is now 15.4 and just hitting the apex of the right-hander of the bus stop. So it looks like Slimbo Dude is going to find himself in the lead massively. Looking at this, Konzo may find himself coming out of the pits fighting Will One Win One. We will keep an eye on that. Quite possible. You might see a flick of a Red Bull. There's the Red Bull in the background. I thought it'd be tighter than that, but it's obviously not going to be as tight as I thought. But Will One Win One will be on the charge now. At the moment, setting the fastest lap of the race of a 1:56.1 on the soft compound tyre. Konzo, interestingly, has switched to the super soft. So if Konzo's made that call, they can go to the end. So yeah, it looks like all drivers on the super softs and softs will go to the end. Gonk will be the shock surprise for me now, as Danny Railton now setting the pace on the super softs with a 1:54.9. That lap time is going to tumble and tumble and tumble over the next 4 to 5 laps. So let's give an update. All drivers are now stopped, excuse me guys, and put on their slick tyres. So in first we have Slimbo Dude on the soft compound tyre with a 9.1 second lead over Calzo. Now, give you a little bit of an interesting is fact. I did the same against Champ yesterday. In the WC race, I was on the soft, he was on the super soft. Gap was roughly the same, maybe a second and a half less. He caught me, passed me with a lap and a half to go. So well worth keeping an eye on these two, because the battle could kick off at any time. It's all about, can Konzo catch him with about 10 and this lap to go. So in third is Will One Win One, currently 7.6 seconds behind Konzo. Then behind him in fourth is Team 76A, 11.7 seconds behind Will One Win One. Then Gonk is slowly reading him in. He is on the Ultra Softs. The Ultra Softs are not a great tyre around here. They work for about 3-4 laps brand new. So he will find himself maybe going backwards shortly, but you never know. He is good on his tyres. We'll see how that works out. Then behind Gonk is Farfba, so we could have a 3-car battle kicking off at any time here, who's 1 second behind him. Then Danny Railton, not far behind on the super softs, maybe looking to make amends. He is a driver that can finish up there. See how he progresses. But then we're looking back at Victor Ring, who currently still ahead of From a Racing's Ray. So if Ray can quickly catch him up, which he's looking to do, he can find himself with a couple more points there of 4. So but Danny Railton now setting the pace, trying to catch up the likes of Farfba, Gonk and Team 76A. So as I said, the lap time will tumble. Farfba, Gonk, they're all sort of gap staying about the same, but the interesting gap now, I told you guys it was about 9 seconds. Konzo is absolutely flying. Gap now is down to 6.1 seconds, and Konzo is throwing everything at Slimbo Dude and trying to catch him. So give me a second, guys. Apologies about that. Yeah, so Konzo really flying now. It's every corner he seems to be taking 2-3 tenths out of poor Slimbo Dude, who going on the soft should make that the right judgment, given the conditions with the rain and the cool conditions. But on this day, it would seem the super softs around Spa are the better tyre to be on. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I know it got to a point yesterday where the super softs started to degrade, started to fall off, but the softs on my car were gone. So I hope Slimbo Dude can pull off the strategy I tried. He's just set the fastest lap of a 1:49.0, but I'm be surprised if Konzo don't. Yeah, there you go. It's a 1:47.4. That is 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds faster a lap. So what we got? 8 to go, and the one they're on, yeah, it's got to be done. Konzo's in prime position. The one thing I did notice yesterday, though, with our race, it was difficult to overtake, depending on setup. But given the conditions the guys have had to race in, it looks like Konzo's gone with a very low aero setup. So yeah, all good stuff. But we're just going to jump back on board with Farfpa, who looking like going up to Eau Rouge, maybe looking to make a move on Gonk on those ultra softs that maybe just starting to give way. See how Farfpa holds it through Eau Rouge nicely. Both drivers looking steady. DRS is enabled, so Farfpa flying up to the back of Gonk on his ultra softs, and the slipstream here is massive. Is he going to make the move? He's gone had a cheeky look up the curb, but no, not making a move. If I could give Farfpa any advice now, mate, take your time. You will get him. You've got 4 seconds back to Danny Railton. Make it count when you can. Ooh, what a move! What a move! I'm going to shut up and take everything back I just said there and say, Farfpa, you race your race, mate. That was cracking. Get the job done. Get on with it. Great stuff there. Gonk's ultra softs may be looking to be going off. You can already see his inner front left, inner front right is starting to change with the shade. So yeah, I don't know. You maybe have another lap free in them, and then you will find yourself going backwards. So if I was Gonk, given the circumstances, one car behind him, Danny Railton, the next car back is Team 76A, who's 27 back. I would pop in the pits in the next lap or two, put on another set of ultra softs and attack as much as possible. But Konzo, update again, he's just gone and set a 1:47.4 on the super soft compounds, and the gap is 4 seconds now to Slimbo Dude. Gonk's still within 6 tenths of Farfpa, not looking to make any move to the pit lane there, so yeah, DRS activated. We're still on board with these two guys. Looking like a good day for Williams, I must say that. Gonk in 5th and his teammate Danny Railton behind him in 6th, so even if they do swap positions, the Williams team will get a good haul of points here today. We will see what Gonk's got down in the straight, the Camel Straight now. He is the car chasing Farfpa, looking quite good, stable through the exit of Eau Rouge. Has he got the same straight line speed as Farfpa? He's closing bit by bit. I think Farfpa's the man that's gone with the lower aero, and the Ultras may have just given up a little bit of traction on the exit of turn 1 there. So we'll see how Gonk gets on, but he's not giving up the fight. Fair play to the guy. He is really giving it everything he's got. So yeah, other than that, guys, a little bit of an update back there. Ray has now finally caught up with Victor Ring, who unfortunately had a bit of a moment in his debut and was running well, had a great qualifying, but yeah, hopefully coming back in Monza in a fortnight's time, he'll be able to prove himself again. But as you can see, Gonk here against Farfpa using all of the track and so, and in the background, Danny Railton, his teammate, is now 2.3 seconds behind him. Given the circumstances, if I was Gonk, using all of the track again, and so I'd come in the pits now. You've got nothing to lose. Team 76A is back there. He's on ultra softs as well, so maybe come in, set supers, try something different, have some fun, because the team is not going to lose out today. Your teammates behind you. I have noticed Danny Railton has picked up a time penalty or 2, so if Gonk's got the pace and puts on a fresh set of boots, he might be able to reel that gap back in anyway, but be a tough ask, and he might be just doing that now, maybe listening to the live stream. If it goes wrong for you, don't blame me. But moving on, that has now released Danny Railton, who I'm pretty sure will be looking to get onto the back of Farfpa as quick as possible and get this done. The gap is 2.6 seconds to Farfpa. We will keep an eye on that as they go, but we will jump back on board with Konzo, because the gap now is 2.2 seconds. There's the Mercedes, there's the Ferrari. He will be on that gearbox within the next lap or 2, surely. So we'll keep an eye on these, see how they go. Update for you, Team 76A has just set a 1:47.3 there on the ultra soft compound, so showing he's got some pace left in the tyres yet, as Gonk has come back out on a set of super soft compounds after his pit stop, and has a lead of 8.2 seconds over Team 76A. So yeah, I'd say that's a good call. You're safe, you've got the points, the team will do well, so bring it home and see if you can catch the guys up in front and have some fun. But yeah, gap now between Slimbo Dude and Konzo is 1.3 seconds. I said it may happen in a lap or 2. Forget that. If Konzo could put his finger out in this braking zone and turn 1's braking zone, it could happen this lap. Don't know the condition of the tyres. I do know that these drivers will be going to the end, as Ray picks up a 3-second time penalty there. But keep going, Ray. 4 points for Red Bull is very, very important, as there is only a sole Ferrari here today, and your teammate is in third. So here we go. Konzo, the DRS detection zone is about now. He is 9 tenths behind on my reading from the gaps, so we'll see if that rear wing opens, see if he can close up on the back of Slimbo Dude. I must admit, going off subject a minute guys, yesterday I'm watching these guys with the DRS open, you know, I don't know what fuel mix they're in. Danny Ralston set at 143.9. I think we had an unfortunate event yesterday in the WC where some of us weren't getting the slipstream like these guys are today, because go and have a nose, I could be wrong, it'd help myself in blaming some sort of feature in a game for my race yesterday. But no, when we're in the slipstream of each other, DRS, you weren't getting anywhere near 207 miles an hour. We were hitting about 202, 203, maybe 204 a push, so I think we had a bit of a slipstream problem there. But anyway, back to the footage. As we saw there, the Red Bull in the background would be great, getting out of the way nicely there, understanding the rules of front row racing. Konzo now 3 tenths. In fact, I don't even have to tell you guys, you can visibly see it. It's not a matter of if or how or what, it is going to happen, and it's shortly. Either up into the bus stop, Konzo already looking to leave and let him know he's here and ready to pounce. So here we go, bus stop, Slimbo Dude using all of the track, trying to keep the car resisting steering to keep the speed going. He went defensive there, I don't know why he's going to allow Konzo a better run, a bit closer there. So DRS opened down the pit straight for Konzo, 4 tenths the gap doesn't matter no more, DRS is in play, it's got to be this time. We will see what Slimbo's got in the straight lines. They exit, Slimbo gets a bad exit, Calzo gets a decent exit as they come up to Eau Rouge. Is Konzo going to be able to keep his car that close to Slimbo Dude? Let's see what happens. It would seem it was done with ease. He is out to the left hand side. Slimbo Dude has no answer. Has he got the straight line speed? Is he going to be able to brake later? What's he going to do? No. Konzo ran the outside, late on the brakes, got the tyres. Slimbo Dude trying to switch back, trying to get him out of line. No, nothing working for him, just holding on. Now it's Slimbo Dude's turn to attack. Konzo hitting the brakes nicely there. Slimbo Dude taking a slightly wider line. Is it his tyres? Is it the setup? Who knows? Konzo definitely very quick in a straight line. Has a massive moment on the exit there. Could have sent the car anywhere. So you can see these guys are absolutely giving it everything here in Spa. We are on lap 18 and they are flying. But while these guys are having a bit of a break, we'll have a check on gaps. All gaps seem quite fairly decent and spread out. I'm even watching Danny Ralston and he's still 2 seconds behind Paul Farper, now 1.8, so that might be the next battle to kick off. Yeah, just to give you a little bit of heads up guys, you know who we are. If you're watching our channel, we are Front Row Racing, so if you want to come along and give it a go like these guys are, some of our permanent drivers, put on a fantastic show, have a great battle, have a good time, come along, drop us a message on Facebook, just come along, see some of our videos, see what you think, and if you're up for giving it a go, this is our World Series League, this is the assist sided of it. We also run the World Championship, Slimbo Dude really planning the power there, on a Wednesday, which took place yesterday. That is our non-assist event. So we run one league, each side of it, 1 assist, 1 non-assist. As I said, this is the assist. If you're up for giving it a go and you're an assist user, feel free to drop us a message and we'll see what you got. You come along, give it a go. You don't like it, you walk away. If you like it, stick around and try and beat this Ferrari. Konzo, he is the current World Series champion and needs to be taken down, and we need someone to do it. Slimbo Dude, as you can see, is giving the fight as best he can. But yeah, we do have a couple of seats guys, so yeah, feel free, drop us a message on Facebook if you're interested in joining these guys on track in the World Series here, or on the other side of the World Championship. Also, on the note of commentators, we have advertised on our page, posted a couple of times, we are looking for commentators who want to come in and give it a go, because some people don't like the racing side, some people just like talking over in it, excuse me, and making the viewing more entertaining. So if you're up for giving the commentator side a go here at Front Row, drop us a message. We're more than happy to talk to you with what's needed to be done on the rundown of show, championship table, etc. And it's simple, you come along, relax, have fun, give it a go. I mean, I've had a couple of races now, and yeah, just talking over all this, you just don't get a break. There's no no rest, and before you know it, the race is over. So yeah, it's pretty fun, and probably do a few people's heads in just hearing me rattle, but who cares? Anyway, uh, moving on. Konzo is now 1.6 ahead of Slimbo, so the gap has opened up. A little bit of an update there for you. But yeah, regarding the information, you can find us on Facebook. I've just stated. Drop us a message, talk to us if you're interested. Worst case scenario, you don't like it, you walk away. Best case scenario, you stick around, have some fun, and enjoy the racing because the rules are firm and the racing's hard. So yeah, let us know, drop us a message, we go from there. But a little bit of an update for you as we enter lap 20 now, or they're on it, should I say. Calzo's now opening up the gap. It's about 1.7 now, so yeah, the gap's steady-ish, but he seems to have the beating of Slimbo Dude here today. In third is Win1, 28 seconds behind Slimbo Dude, so not a great race. Been okay, just getting points for Red Bull. Be interested to see his thoughts as we go. And then we've got Farfba in fourth, who will be quite chuffed with himself. He's come along. I know the grid's M4, but he's getting the results against drivers I'm pretty sure he'd be thinking he couldn't, so fair play to him. Then behind him is Danny Railton, who has closed the gap up. We are now down to a second. It was 2 seconds about 3 laps ago, so may kick off there in the closes stages of the event. Then we have Gonk, who had nothing to lose, making a second pit stop down in 6th place. And then we have Team 76A, who's down in 7th with Ray, down in 8th with Victor Ring, who I believe has retired or left the session, down in 9th, who will not score points today. So yeah, it seems, as I said, Konzo's got the making of Slimbo Dude here today, and the Slimbo Dude's been saving everything he's got for the last few laps. We will now jump back. There's a man, Will111, in a bit of nose man's land. Farfba slowly reeling it in, but this is the man I wanted to jump on board with. It would be Danny Railton. He's closed the gap up on Farfba. It's now, as you can see, 6 tenths. Drivers are on the same tyres, pitting around the same time, so this will be a battle to the end. I will keep an eye on the leader of the gap between the leaders. Just having a look at Konzo. No, hasn't had a moment. That's fine. Yeah, back to Danny Railton. This is a battle I can see kicking off at any time, but we know Farfba has got some serious straight line speed in that car, so Danny Railton, Gonk's teammate, may have to really get inventive here, but it's his turn to try and put the pressure onto Farfba in the last stages of the race. So here we go, coming up to turn 1, what has he got? Just want to get close, try and line everything up and get a smooth run through Al Rouge. Looking quite steady, but both drivers look like they've got a good exit there. Danny has actually closed up, I'd say a tenth. Now it's another half a tenth, so he's in good shout for a run. Is Farfba going to keep it neat and tidy on the exit? It looks like he has, and it would seem that low aero would be ringing true. Even with DRS, the gap is now staying at... No, Farfba has actually pulled a little bit, so yeah, Farfba really running the low aeros here in Spa to benefit from sector 1 and 3. So if Danny's going to do it, it's going to be in this middle sector, and he may have to throw one up the inside and completely surprise Farfba as they go, like the likes of Will1 and others have done throughout the lap. But as you can see, Danny really trying to push the track with everything it's got now, getting everything out of it to really disturb Farfba. So we just have a flip back, see where our leading pair are. They are coming up to the bus stop chicane, entering that, now exiting it, and they are just about to start their final lap. Now I've got a bit of news, folks. We haven't got a problem. I am a little bit busy and stuck. Oh, it's Farfba. Farfba runs a bit wide there, so I'll get this out quick. There will not be a after race interview this evening because I need to be somewhere, and that would be at 9 o'clock. So time, push for time, so there won't be any after race interview this evening. What I will be doing is I will be doing a Q&A with the drivers that finish on the podium over the next couple of days, and when we come back to the practice event, if any of them are free and want to join me for commentary, they can give their thoughts on their race, or I will go through the Q&A I did with them for this event on how the race went, a little bit of an update and just a little bit of feedback, so you can hear the drivers' thoughts on how their race went. But As we come through Eau Rouge for the final two, with Farfba and Danny Railton just picking up a 3-second time penalty, so any chance he had of taking the fight to Farfba may have just gone out the window there. But yeah, closest battle on track is these two. I will just flick on board with Konzo, who, yeah, just about to start the final straight as it would be, and Farfba's running very wide. This is a battle I don't want to jump off board with. I can guarantee I'll jump, congratulate Konzo, and Danny Railton will be passing in a flash. So I'll give it a few more seconds, see if Danny can do anything on the exit of this left-hander. We might just off coming down to the double left-hander. He's got the inside line. These two are going to be very brave to go side by side through here. Farfba very wise, pulls out and lets Danny go. Danny's now relieved, and yeah, we're going to jump on board with Konzo, who's literally just come to the line as that battle has unfolded. Great win there with Slimbo Dude trying to apply the pressure and has finished second. Then it's a long way back to Will One Win One down in third place. Farfba, these two are still going, so Will One Win One, please get your boots on and get there. It looks like the gap between Danny Railton and Farfba is a bit too big, but we know Farfba's got a hell of a lot of straight line speed. There's Will One Win One up to the bus stop chicane. Yeah, we'll jump back on board with those two shortly. It looks like the gap's a bit too big. So Will One Win One coming across the line in third. Last time out he was a winner, this time out he's found the podium. Danny Railton in fourth, a great little battle between these two, with Farfba just losing out again to a position at the end of the race. So great stuff there from the drivers. Yet we haven't had that many drivers on grid or on track this evening, but the racing has been pretty nice and exciting. So there we go, Gonk has come across the line in 6th. Now we've got Team 76A coming across the line in 7th, and that would be our last runner. I do not know what happened to Ray, because his car was going round. Did he retire? Did he leave? I did not see that guy, so I apologise. 7 finishes there. So here is your podium sitters for this evening. You have Konzo taking the top step, with Slimbo Dude in 2nd, and Will One Win One taking the 3rd step. So a great little race there, guys. Interesting. You know, Konzo picking up the wing damage, Slimbo Dude trying to take advantage, and Will One Win One. God knows what happened in his race, but yeah, I said anything could happen at the start, and it most certainly did. Swipped and swapped everywhere. So, excuse me. That has been Spa. That has been round 12 of front row racing, and I'd say a nice way to come back given what's happened. So yeah, right now we are going to go through the finishing order. You have Konzo in 1st, Slimbo Dude in 2nd, and Will One Win One in 3rd. Those are your podium sitters, and that is the drivers I'll be doing the Q&A with. Then in 4th we have Danny Railton, who just beat the 5th place man of Farfba in the Haas. Then it was Gonk in 6th with 7th, Team 76A. 8th would have been Ray. It'd be interesting to see what happened to him. And then you have the DNFs of the 2 Force India drivers and the Toro Rosso of the new man, Victor Ring. So, as I said, guys, I will be doing a Q&A with the drivers over the next 48 hours. I'll get that done, and then I will release a post, but I will also do a reminder with our next session, which will be next week. I will release a post to the drivers and the reserves who can view it on our main page, and that will be with an event next Wednesday, when I will also run through the Q&A I have done with the podium sitters over the next couple of days. I do apologise we cannot have the interview this evening, but I am pushed for time. I'm just checking it now, and yeah, I've got about 15 minutes to get to where I need to. So I apologise, guys. I will get the Q&A done with the drivers and released as soon as possible, and a bit more information on that when the practice session comes around Wednesday. Same time, invites out at 7:15. So if you want to come along, give it a go, drop us a message on Facebook. We will sign you up. Other than that, you will hear from me then. So it was a great race. Enjoyed that. Some of the old faces come back. Nice little venture around. Interesting for Konzo. And yeah, I apologise that I've had to cut it short, guys, but I hope you enjoyed the viewing, and I will be back with you in a fortnight's time with the World Championship and the World Series. They will be live streamed, and we will be back next week, Wednesday, live at about 7:25. I've been Front Row Racing C2GY. Thank you for viewing. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and we will catch you next week for our first practice/reserve session again. Good night. God bless.